Boom. Hey! Sid Fan in the house. Kathy Murphy. What up? Tina G in the Heezy. RJ Karen Purdy. Deborah Baldini. Fox Hill Dreams. Catlini. Julian Gauthier. Cecile Kazimi. Michelle Warmouth, Victorina, Pasta D, Jennifer Sawyer, Amanda Crawford, Samantha Hawkins, Pandora, Kathy Murphy, Sarah B, and me, BDD. Watcher Soko is here, Matt Meehan, Deb B, Stella Baxter, Natalie B, Bernadette, Lucy, Tracy, Sherry, Queen of the South, 2 real as it gets, Stephanie, Patricia, Linda T. What? No sound? Sandra says no sound. Hey! My sound is on. Hey! Welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad, and this is Storytime. All right. Happy Monday, guys. I apologize for the echo. I'm not sure why that is. Trump Reaper says slight echo, but I don't care. You know what? I don't care either. I'm not even going to sweat it. I'm not going to sweat it. I do hate that echo, though. On the playback, I can't stand it. But I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. I did. Nice and laxy. We're going to get into that, but first we're going to cover what I call the stories of the day. Stories of the day. Today, the prosecution and defense presented their closing arguments in the Chauvin murder trial. Today is April 19th, and we take a look at today in history. Will Matthew McConaughey be the next Texas governor? I hope not. Hey, we got more fun with TV show theme songs, one of my favorite new features. Last but not least, Marjorie Taylor Greene is trying to take on Maxine Waters, and that's a no-no. So she's today's You Raggedy Bish. You Raggedy Bish. Yeah. All right. No, we're not doing the Matthew McConaughey. We're not happy with him yet. I'll be happy with him if he steps aside and lets the real politicians do their thing. But so this weekend, I watched some movies and got back into the binge watching of a show, and I couldn't help it. This show was so damn good, and I'm going to fill you in on that right now. Okay, first up, wifey and I watched a movie. It's not a new movie. It's old. I think it may be from 2012. It's called Homefront, and it's starring Jason Statham, James Franco, Kate Bosworth, and Winona Ryder. And it was actually really good. I enjoy Jason Statham's, raspy voice, tough guy. If you want to come over here, you're going to get your ass kicked, your arse kicked. It was a great movie. He plays a former FBI agent, or maybe it's a DEA agent, and he's trying to, be low key and just raise his daughter, mind his own business. But, a bunch of meth dealers, they want to get in his face, and they're going to find out. They're going to find out. And they found out. Fantastic movie. I enjoyed it. Good action, relatively good acting. Thumbs up. Check it out if you just need some mindless entertainment. And James Franco was surprisingly good as the bad guy in this movie. Next up, oh boy, this is my show. And unfortunately, there's only 2 seasons currently in the bucket. This is called Warrior, and it's on HBO. And let me just tell you, whoo! If you are a Bruce Lee fan, you will appreciate this show. Yes, so the character on the right there, his character's name is Assam, and he comes over from mainland China in, I want to say it's like the late 1800s. It's back, way back then. And it's weird. You're watching this, and yeah, this was over 100 years ago. But a lot of the racism that was back then is still prevalent in today's world. You can see from his stance right there, he is fully channeling Bruce Lee. I freaking love this show. The fight scenes are awesome. The acting is actually quite excellent. The costumes, the art, the cinematography, the choreography is fantastic. And I've only finished 1 season. Saying only one. I binge watched that thing all day. Poor wifey. Yeah, but it's great. And if you get a chance to see this, definitely, I highly recommend Warrior. It's on HBO. Check it out. All right. So that's that. Oh, wait, that's not that. I was actually yesterday days old when I learned that the phrase, damn it, I'm mad. Let me see. Let me move this over a tad. Yeah. Damn it, I'm mad is a palindrome, meaning it's the same thing back and forward. That's a fun fact. Damn it, I'm mad. Check it out. You can spell it backward and forward. It's the same thing. Damn it, I'm mad. My voice sounds like I'm in an echo chamber. Let's see. Can I freeze it? Unecho myself. Hello. Hello. I don't know if that worked. Did that work? Let's see. Hmm. Can't hear me? All right. All right. I'm just gonna have to figure that shit out later. I can't fix this echo. Oh, Valerie says it's better. Sylvia says it didn't. Tina G says a little. So it's all over the place. I'm assuming it's not fixed. Damn it, I'm mad. You need to leave. Thank you for the feedback, Eric. I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump on into our quick hits. Hit that summer bee. He needs to leave. Speaking of needing to leave, A poll came out this weekend when Matthew McConaughey said he was considering running for governor, and all of a sudden, boom, he's in the lead. Apparently, he's got a 45% to 33% lead over current jackass and governor Greg Abbott. Now, that might sound surprising, since Matthew McConaughey's not even a politician, but when you look at who he's being compared to, basically a rotten old shoe filled with vomit would do a better job as governor than Greg Abbott. However, what's wrong with Beto? Yeah, I know the criticism. Oh, well, he didn't beat Ted Cruz. Well, you know what? I think Texas was a lot more red when that happened, and that was long before the disasters that we've seen of late in Texas. So I think Texans would do well to give Beto a second look. I think he'd do a fantastic job. He's already proven that he is a man of the people. So, seriously. All right. No, Matthew McConaughey. Plus, I believe Matthew McConaughey supports or supported Trump. So screw that dude. Speaking of politicians that need to go, Kirsten Sinema posted this picture on Instagram this weekend where she's posing with a very colorful hat and glasses and earrings, and she's sipping on a sangria, and she's wearing a ring that says FU. And you guys know the F in FU, it stands for Fahizi, but that Fahizi is my own filter word. And frankly, when I first saw this, I was like, this is stupid. What is the outrage behind this? She can wear what the hell she wants. But the problem isn't what she's wearing. It's the message that she's communicating to people, presumably people on the left who are critical of her flippant and, very casual attitude towards people who are suffering, people who want a higher wage, a higher hourly wage. So she's going around rocking these, colorful wigs, and she's treating her position like it's some kind of, popularity contest or a fashion show. But she's doing anything but acting like she gives a damn. Her whole persona is just like Melania's I don't really care, do you? This was when she cast that vote with the stupid little thumbs down and the curtsy, and, come on, get serious or step aside. She really is, you need to leave. Immature. Thank you. Lee Saunders says you need to leave. Wendy K says, didn't she run as a progressive? I believe she did, and I'm pretty sure now those progressives who voted for her. In fact, I know for a fact, I saw a ton of progressive tweets over the weekend saying they're done with her and that they regret their vote. What else happened this weekend? We had mass shooting after mass shooting after mass shooting. And I'm not even exaggerating. We had, at my count, 4. I'm probably missing a handful. But what I know about is there was one in Austin. There was one in Kenosha. There was one in Ohio. And there was one in Shreveport last night. 5 people. Now, I believe those 5 people, they were injured. They were not killed. But the point remains, what the hell, America? we're not supposed to be killing each other. This is exactly what's happening, and the gun violence is completely off the hook. It's insane. I mean, I've run out of adjectives to call this. John Appleseed is asking if there's any riots yet. Not to my knowledge, but the jury is still deliberating if Johnny Appleseed is referring to the verdict. I don't think a verdict has been given out yet. Cindy says 7-year-old killed at McDonald's. Yeah, that's awful. It's awful. So that is it for the quick hits. I'm going to try to rinse the ugly taste of that beat out of your mouths with our timeline cleanse. Timeline cleanse. By the way, I've just been corrected. It is Shreveport. Thank you, Sarah B, for the correction. Yeah, I don't take that personally. I like to know how things are supposed to be pronounced. If I don't know and you pull me up on it, I do appreciate that. Thank you. That's like that same thing I told my kids, if I don't care if you have a booger hanging out of your nose and I don't tell you about it, that means I don't care about you. So thank you for those of you who do care. Okay, first up, we have there was a sheep. There was a sheep video of a sheep this weekend that I'm sure a bunch of you saw because I saw it all over the place. And this sheep fell into a ditch and then got out of the ditch. But then he fell back in. He's up Sheep's Creek. Look, there's a guy. He's pulling him out. He's pulling him. Yeah. Oh, great. Now I'm free to go frolic and whoop. Do. He's right back in the ditch. Oh, that's insanity. Insanity, by the way, is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So I'll tell you that behavior is not exclusive to sheep, as we'll find out in this next video clip. Now here, there's a hole. It's a well. And there's a little kitty cat who fell and went back into another well. Here, if you missed it the first time, here it is again. There's the kitty. Looks just like our Mars. Here she goes, oh, do! Yeah, that's insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And speaking of doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, in this next clip, doing the same thing over and over is actually a good thing, I think. This little gymnastic wonder, I don't think you can count how many flips she's doing, but I assure you it's a lot. In fact, I do have a number. Does anybody know how many flips this young girl is doing? Well, when I first saw this freaked me out. I was concernicus for her because it made me dizzy just watching her. I'll tell you, it is 82 flips. 82! I can't do one. She's doing 82 flips right now. It's amazing. This is the next gymnastic wonderkind. Focused indeed. There, she just finished. That's insane. I'm not going to show that again because yeah, one viewing of 82 flips is enough. Susie Brizuela wants to know if that is a record. I'm not sure. I'm uncertain of that. But if it's not, I mean, I'd hate to see what the record is for that. Lee says, I think there's a couple of cuts on that. Oh, so you mean it wasn't continuous flips? Because that still looks pretty damn good. You know what? Even if she did 10 flips in a row, Paula Freitas wants to know if that is unhealthy. It would definitely be unhealthy for me. Marie says it's making her dizzy. How old was she? I think she might have been 6 years old. Cindy says Canada. Canada. That's the our inside joke because I sometimes call Canada Canada for some reason. Let's see. Doom 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 doom. Corey Lord says number 86. He's tall and can't and slender and can't flip. All I do is jump. Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm with you, buddy. Okay. Doom doom doom. All right, guys. It's that time for the roll call. Show me where you're coming from. Show me where you are at. Rider Driver says that was too much Mountain Dew. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed it was. All right, where you coming from, guys? We got Pandora from Boston and Patty from Gainesville, Texas. Patty Duke for life from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Tina G in Albuquerque. Amanda in Arkansas, Janet in CT, Kathleen Cross from Boothwyn, Pennsylvania, Cha Cha from Seattle, Chrissy in Connecticut, you guys again. I don't know how you do it. Kathy Murphy, stuck in Connecticut. Queen of the South. That's C from Kansas City. Stephanie from Spring Hill, Florida. Melanie from Austin. Myra Marrero from NYC. Myra Marrero, that is cool alliteration. Valerie from Staten Island. Alina in Illinois. That's almost alliteration, not quite. Karen Purdy from Newton Falls, Ohio. Jenna says Vernal with the I can't tell what emoji that is. To realize it gets from Alberta, Canada. Laurie B from Raleigh, Massachusetts. What's up, Grandma? Julianne Gauthier from the Central Coast, California. Samantha from the Bronx. Tracy, that's Nurse Mitch from Glen Burnie, Maryland. Fox Hill Dreams from Aiken, South Kakalaki. Corey Lord from Bellevue, Washington. Sudie Q from Centennial, Colorado. Monique from the DMV. Gavin from sunny Aaron. Cecile from Grapevine, Texas. Sheila from Vancouver, Washington. Mike Oxmells in Brooklyn. It's Matt Meehan, guys. Ness from Connecticut. Winnie from Lawrenceville, New Jersey. Lucy from Orange County, California. Stacy in SoCal is ready for the cool down tomorrow. We don't want cool over here. We want it up more. Cindy from Lakewood, Washington. Let's see. Turn off your dance party effect. I don't have a dance party effect. Seriously, I don't know what is causing this. Let me see. Boom. Let's see. Is it this? I don't know if this is made it any better or worse or what. Let's see. Is it this here? Do 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 do. You know, every time my damn computer does. Oh wait. I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. Hang on. Let's do the sound thing. Every time my computer does an update, I hate Windows, man. They do an update like every week or some shit. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I don't like it. Additional device properties. And let's go to advanced. And nope, that's not it. I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know. All right. Synth fan from Florida, the Sumbit State, Jenna in Richmond, Virginia. Pasta D in Georgia, where it's 76 degrees. That's lovely. Donna Bishop from Arkansas. Deborah B from Woodstock. That's Wildflower, y'all. Gina P in New Jersey. Bernadette in Phoenix, Arizona. Marty from Calgary. Kat from Michigan. Belle from, Navajo Nation, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado. Linda Taylor from Aiken, South Kakalaki. Stella B from Los Angeles, Eddie G in Delray Beach, Anna Alvarez from Claremont, Florida, She B in Chicago, Jen Murphy is happy to be back in the DMV, missed everyone, Asmila J is working in Houston, RJ in Florida every day, all day, Wojo Mom is here in Greece, New York, Petty Deb from Arizona, Tanis Silvera from the Bronx, Misha in sunny, hot Long Beach, California, Watcher Soko from Orange County, California, Natalie B from Oyster Bay, Long Island, Anita in PA, Paula Freitas from Madeira Island, Portugal. Midas Cat is now fully vaccinated, still in Kentucky. Steph KW is sunny here in San Diego. Victorina sending love from Pahrump, Nevada. Lee in Leeds, UK. Sylvia Correa from Madeira Island, Portugal. Resistor Sister 76 from Virginia. Sheila ordered 2 t-shirts this weekend. Thank you so much. Thank you. I love it so much. Sarah, who used to be in Shreveport, is now in Temple. Did I say that right? I sure did. Marie from New Jersey. Punxsutawney Mo in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, where the sun is shining and still off Twitter. Oh, that's frustrating. The Trump Reaper. Wait, where was she? Where? Oh, excuse me. That's the rider driver here on my couch from chilly Ann Arbor, Michigan. Kimberly from Houston, Weed Whacker Eric checking in from Seattle, soon to legitimately be weed whacking. I always thought you were legit, my friend. Adrian from Columbus, Ohio. Whoa. Solid Blue Sister from Southern California. Wendy from Canada. Deb B is enjoying balmy 70-degree weather here in Kashmir, Central Washington. Sandra in Paramount, California. Puppy is growing like a weed. Wilbur McCarthy, that's our buddy. Roo, dog lover buddy, from Martinez, Georgia. Samantha B. from Chile, Northeast PA. Ms. Nick from Stafford, VA. Shell Teresa in Raleigh, North Kakalaki. Julie Correa from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Somebody says, Deborah B says fixed. Oh, Fox Hill Dream says better. Ah, nice. Okay, good. Feds have Gates's phone and sex crime probe. Yes, of course. Of course it is. Midas Cat is very upset with those of you who are watching but not liking. So hit that thumbs up button while you can. Thank you so much. Alaska Cindy from Anchorage, Alaska. Michelle Warmoth from Berlin, CT. And let's see. There are congratulations flying around like flapjacks. All right. Thank you for hanging in there with me through the technical difficulties and our fantastical roll call. Now let's jump right on into our main story of the day, and that is the Chauvin trial, day 15. So, excuse me. The trial showed us the final instructions to the jurors, telling them how they may view evidence and what comments that they can ignore from the lawyers, etc., etc. And let's see. Okay. So after the instructions were given to the jury, the prosecution began its opening statement, and boy, let me tell you, that dude knocked it out of the park. First of all, his tone. He had the right amount of umbrage and outrage about what happened. He walked us through every strip of evidence, every single witness that was presented, every single argument that the ridiculous argument that the prosecution tried to throw up there as something, and he dismissed it all as if it was nothing, because nothing indeed it was. This guy was so fantastic. I literally stood up and applauded at the end of his closing statement. And then, Jesus, what followed next? If you were not watching the defense, the defense's closing statement, you were fortunate, because this thing was an unmitigated disaster. Dude spoke, Eric Nelson spoke for over 2 hours. I believe it was 2.5 hours. He blew right past. Yeah, Tracy M is saying the defense was talking about chocolate chip cookies and all kinds of nonsense. If you were playing a drinking game that involved the words "a reasonable officer," then you died from alcohol poisoning. Seriously, this dude was bad. He was just bad. And I think a lot of people are saying that, he has a shit case, he's got a shit client, and the only thing he can do is whatever it is he can do with what he has. And that consisted of blaming George Floyd, blaming the crowd, blaming the drugs, blaming the size of his heart, blaming the his failure to comply, all this other stuff. But just hearing it all, his presentation was rambling. Watching him after watching Steve Schleicher's presentation is like watching a grade A Shakespearean performance followed by an episode of the Jersey Shore. Seriously, it was trash. It was garbage. It was hard to sit and listen. And I listened to every last minute of this guy's nothingness. That's all it was. It was just nothing. And I just kept saying, I can't wait for Jerry Blackwell to step in there. And boy, let me tell you, when they say good things come to those who wait, Jerry Blackwell was on top. Wait, where's my Jerry Blackwell pictures? I got him here. Hold on. I'm just going to add him real quick. Boom, 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 boom. I'm doing this on the fly. There we go. Now, let's go here. There he is. Yeah. Jerry Blackwell. I'm really impressed with the entire team, but I think Jerry Blackwell is also probably my favorite. He had the right amount of, oh, wait a minute. Yeah. He had the right amount of sarcasm for every stupid thing that Nelson said. He also dismissed much of what Nelson said as stories. Yeah, and Nelson had a problem with that afterwards. But he was dead right. And I got a little clip to share with you.
Now, there was concern here that Mr. Chauvin was concerned. And I won't say much more about body language that has already been discussed. And you'll decide for yourself whether that was the face of one who was afraid at the time. Because he had all of the power at this point. He had the bullets, guns, he had the mace that he threatened the bystanders with, he had backup, he had the badge. And he had all of it. And what was there to be afraid of here, particularly at this scene? There were 3 high school juniors there and a second grader who was going to the store to get candy. There was a high school senior who was taking her cousin to the store, a first responder on the scene. And there was Donald Williams, who wanted nothing more than to try to intervene to try to save Mr. Floyd's life. Mr. Charles McMillan, a 61-year-old man, that if I gave him a name, I would call him the mayor of the neighborhood. He just likes to see what's going on and to look out for things, but he was simply there to try to intervene to try to save Mr. Floyd's life. So this wasn't the face of fear or concern or worry. You've seen what the face of fear and worry looked like that day at that time. That's what fear and worry looked like. When Mr. George Floyd was well aware that with one wrong move of his hand, one turn in the wrong direction, and it could be his last turn, that he could be shot.
Yeah, this his entire presentation was powerful. Jerry Blackwell speaks slowly and clearly and deliberately. And I loved that he said it's time for common sense. He said common sense would be the next witness to this case. And he said something else. He said reasonable is as reasonable does. There were several really key quotes in this closing in the closing statements today. My man Steven Schleicher said, "An unreasonable doubt is not a doubt based on common sense. It's a doubt based on nonsense." And he also repeated several times, he knew better, he failed to do better. And Blackwell also pointed out that Nelson was incorrect in telling them that they had to prove intent. They didn't have to prove that he intentionally used deadly force. They just had to prove that he used deadly force. Simple as that. So right now I'm nervous as hell. I am so nervous about this trial. I feel like if we get a quick verdict, when I say quick, I mean one day. One day will be a quick verdict. If we get a verdict after one day, then it will be guilty. But if it goes past a day, because really, come on, you don't need more than a day to go over this. They repeated the same facts over and over. The video is proof enough. You saw the video. Just replay the video in deliberations, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Believe your eyes, he told you. Jerry Blackwell told the jury, believe your eyes. Common sense. So if it goes past a day, I'm concernicus, because that means that there are people in that jury who might just be looking to have a hung jury. And if we have a hung jury, we're going to have a serious problem. I hate to say it. I would like to see, no violent eruption there, but in my heart, I'll be crushed. I will be really crushed, because you couldn't possibly put together a better case than the prosecution did. I'm not just saying it. I'm saying it because it's true. Oy. So that's that. We're all sitting on pins and needles until we hear from the jury. And, it's likely that the jury will ask to review certain bits of evidence again, and testimony and all that stuff, and they'll have access to all of it. They are now sequestered. Some of you who were watching, you might have seen Eric Nelson was trying to call for a mistrial based on the comments of Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters basically just called for for more accountability. He tried to get a mistrial based on what this gentleman, Jerry Blackwell, said, calling what he was saying stories. And he can say that. That's his absolute right to say that in a closing argument. So, yeah, Sheila Bird is saying, bullshiggity. It's a good one. All right, so I'm going to move right along on to today in history. Today is Monday, April 19th. Okay, today is Monday, April 19th, and there are several things that happened on this day in history, which has caused me to do a presentation on what the hell happened April 19th. Well, first, history was made today, not here on Earth, but on Mars. Huh? As some of you know, we've already sent we've sent a rocket to Mars, and now that we have a rover on Mars, today we launched a helicopter. We flew a helicopter on Mars, and that's a pretty big deal. It's a very big deal. You might not think, like when I show you the video clip, the video clip doesn't look like much, but we're flying. Keep in mind, Mars is approximately 179 million miles from Earth. Okay, so if I've never flown a drone here on Earth. I'd like to. It looks like fun, but if you fly a drone, these drones have a certain limited range, right? That's 179 miles. And so here is its maiden flight. The helicopter is in the lower center part of the screen. You can see the propellers moving now, and they're picking up speed. And they had to calculate, all these different variables to make that work. And there it is. It's hovering. It's hovering now. It's spinning a little bit. Yeah, they're not doing anything fancy, no loop-de-loops or anything like that. Just enough to prove that they have the capability and the response and that they can land it safely. Because if anything happens to that thing, it's not like, we can send a technician to go fix it. Mars is a one-way trip. It's one way. If you volunteer to go to Mars, say goodbye to your family. That's it. That's the end. The end. So yeah, it's that was history in the making. And this picture here, that is the shadow. This picture was taken by the Mars helicopter of its own shadow. You can see the shadow of the propellers there. It's pretty damn cool. I love this space stuff because, outside of our own big blue marble, it's a vast wilderness of space, and space is dangerous and scary, but it's also like a new frontier. We are doing new shit. And oh yeah, Snoopy made a flyby during the helicopter's name is the Ingenuity. So during the flight of the Ingenuity, Snoopy passed by just to say what's up. So the field that helicopter lifted off and did its maiden voyage is now known as Wright Brothers Field. And the Wright brothers, 117 years ago, not today, but it was 117 years ago, they flew their first aircraft at Kitty Field in North Kakalaki. They flew it 120 feet, which might not seem like a big deal to you because, planes are flying around the world now. But back then, it was the first flight ever of any aircraft, so it was a big deal. These guys were not engineers. These brothers, they were not engineers at all. They were like bicycle salesmen. Huh? And they just had the spirit like, we can do this. One of the brothers used to read books that covered the biology of birds and how they fly, and he used that and applied those principles to their aircraft. And they said the greatest thing in our favor was growing up in a family where there was always much encouragement to intellectual curiosity. If my father had not been the kind who encouraged his children to pursue intellectual interests without any thought of profit, our early curiosity about flying would have been nipped too early to bear fruit. So, yeah, these guys changed history. They changed the world. And history now is outside the boundaries of our atmosphere. History is now happening 179 million miles away from Earth. Um, of course, you guys know like what the Wright brothers did was no small feat, no small accomplishment. Uh, People now can travel across the world in a heartbeat. Compared to back when they had to rely on ships and boats. Lion of Judea, what's up? Um, and check out this cool new plane that they're looking at now. So also in history, today in history, today is Patriots Day. Today is the day where the shot heard round the world was first heard. And the shot heard round the world. This was the British coming to America and the start of the American Revolutionary War. Hmm? So this was also obviously a very big deal because if we had not won, we would not be the United States of America. We'd be some kind of, we'd be a colony, basically. Let's see. The Trump Reaper says we need to reclaim the word patriot. And I agree with you 100% because the people who often cling to that word patriot now, they're anything but patriotic. Instead of fighting the British, they are busy trying to figure out ways to attack our nation's capital. Those thugs who did the January 6th insurrection, they are enemies of America. Those are terrorists. And that leads me to something else that happened on April 19th. April 19th was the bombing of this building in Oklahoma City. Is Mike Jones a troll? If Mike Jones is a troll, I ain't got no time for it. So you can go ahead and kick his ass on out of here. Yeah, but I don't know. I haven't seen his comments. What is he saying? Let's see. Let me see. Scroll up. Mexican pretending to be American. LOL. Yeah, kick him out. Stupid. Yes, please. Please. You need to leave. So, yeah. The Oklahoma bombing was April 19th, 1995. And there was a rental truck filled with explosives detonated outside the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And 1/3 of the building was reduced to rubble. Nearby cars were incinerated, and more than 300 nearby buildings were either damaged or destroyed. And that act of terrorism killed 168 people, including 19 children, and injured hundreds of others. And this is important to remember because they often say, never forget about, and cool fact here, Wilbur points out that Merrick Garland prosecuted Timothy McVeigh, who was who was the perpetrator of that attack. They often say don't never forget 9/11, but they should also say never forget Oklahoma City 419 because that was an attack, a deadly attack committed by one of our own citizens, and that sort of thing must not be forgotten. Just like January 6th. January 6th was a terrorist attack. They intended to do harm, and they did harm. They killed 6 people, and yeah, I will never forget that. And let's see, what do I have? And this is that same site, the of that building. This is a memorial in Oklahoma City, and it looks beautiful. It looks calm and serene, kind of similar to what we have here in New York. At Ground Zero, there's a memorial to the victims of 9/11. This is a memorial to the victims of the Oklahoma City bombing. So that is that for my history lesson, I think. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so no. So next up, guys, let's see. Do I have the thing there? Oh, damn! I've spoiled it. Damn it! I have spoiled it. Shit. All right. So this is meant to be the this is meant to be the TV theme show, the TV theme song thing here. And let me just change this. I need some help doing this stuff. Okay. So naturally, this first one was Boy, the way Glenn Miller played songs that made the hit parade. Guys like us, we had it made. Those were the days. I'm not going to do that high pitch next line. That's too much. All right. But the next one is cool. So All in the Family. This took place in Queens, New York City. The name of this was All in the Family. There's Edith. There's Mike Stivic. There's Archie Bunker. And there's his little girl, Gloria. Okay? So next up, this takes place in New York City. That's all I can tell you. Here we go. Doom, doo doo doom, doo doo doom, boo doo 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 boom, boom. Oh, Cat Leedy is first up with Barney Miller. Yes, and followed by the Trump Reaper, Pasta D, Samantha Hawkins, and Synthfan. Cha-Cha from Seattle, the writer-driver. You guys all got it. Wow, I'm surprised. I didn't know you guys were all in basically my same neck of the woods. Indeed, that was Barney Miller, which took place in a police station in New York. Yes. No, I'm sorry, Bernadette, it was not the Hill Street Blues. But that also, if memory serves me, had a very cool, the bass line. The bass line is bad. The Hill Street Blues, I think, also had a nice tune. I'm going to have to refresh my memory. Okay, let's see. Next up. All right, let me see how good you guys are. I'm only going to give you 1, 2, 3. Okay, four notes. Just sit right back. That's it. 4 notes. Yeah. Catlini, how are you so damn fast on the trigger there? Catlini jumps in with the Gilligan's Island, and so does Laurie B, Cindy C, Melissa McQueen, Gary Montero. Oh, Misha, yes, oh no. Chrissy got it right. Samantha Hawkins, yes, you guys got it. That was Gilligan's Island with Gilligan, the skipper too, the millionaire and his wife, the movie star, the professor and Marianne here on Gilligan's Island. All right. Okay, let's see. Next up, this is instrumental. You guys ready? Okay, here we go. Dun 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 boom boom ba dun 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 doom dum 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 wah 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 wah. There you go again, Catlini. What is happening? How are you so fast? Yes. So Catlini, Alina Thomas, Ness from Connecticut, Kathy Murphy, and Misha Oliver, Chrissy, Trump Reaper, Samantha Hawkins, Gary Montero. You guys all guessed correctly. It was I Dream of Jeannie. As you know, the story was she was in a bottle on the beach, and what was his name? Major Anthony Nelson found her bottle, brought her back, and that it always drove me crazy. Like, she wanted to do magic to help him out. I was like, she's got unlimited wishes. You know, you ever read the story of Aladdin and he could only get 3 wishes? Genie was like, yo, I'll give you 1,000,000,000 wishes. He didn't want it. Same deal with Bewitched, too. Darren Stevens never wanted the magic gifts. I'd be like, bring it on. Let's live in a mansion. Okay, let's see. All right. Ready for the next one? Oh, that's right. That's a fun fact there. Resistor Sister says he became JR in Dallas. And Trump Reaper says Larry Hagman was cute in that show. Rest in peace. Yes, rest in peace. Okay, the next one. This one should be easy for you guys. Somebody, I think, even mentioned this earlier today. Love and marriage. What do you got? What do you got, folks? What do you got? Yes, Dawn Wells. That was Marianne's name from Will McCarthy just pointed out. She just died recently. Yes. And okay, first up, we got Chrissy, Amanda Crawford, Melissa McQueen, Trump Reaper, Susie Brizuela, Misha Oliver, all correctly guessing. There's Gavin Rutherford has finally made it onto the scoreboard. The writer driver also, that was Married with Children. Married with Children. Good one, guys. Good. Okay. This one is an instrumental. There's no words to this theme song. You ready? Let's see. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, down, 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 ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, down, 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 ba-dum, boom, ba ba da 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 da. Yes. So we got Catlini once again. Pasta di. Wait, what? No. damn it! I'm messing up my own game show. Yeah. Okay. So you are correct. That is the Monsters. That is the Monsters. I just have the wrong picture up ahead. The Monsters is correct. And the next one, you big dummy. Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you, honey. So the theme song to this one was bum, 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 bum. Ba, ba, da, ba, da. Ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da. Ba, 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 da, ba. Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you, honey. Yeah, Sanford and Son. It's a great show. And there's the Monsters. There's the Monsters. Okay. Uh, all right. Now, this is the last one for today, guys. Are you ready? You ready? Come and knock on our door. We've been waiting for you. Come on now. There we go. Yes. We got Amanda Crawford, Catlini, Chrissy M., Misha Oliver, Cindy C., Synth Fan, Kathy Murphy, Watcher Soko, and Cindy from Alaska, and Eddie G. all correctly guessing Three's Company 2. Come and dance on our floor. Take a step that is new. That's a fun song. That's a fun song. It was a funny show. Hilarious. R.I.P. Rest in peace, John Ritter. That dude was very talented. The physical comedy was top notch. And yeah, the cast was a lot of fun. Suzanne Summers and what was Janet's name? Anybody remember Janet's real name? That character? Take a step and it's new. Let's see. I'm waiting for Joyce DeWitt. Thank you. Yeah, she was good. And there's Mr. and Mrs. Roper. And then later on the show brought that guy with the bugged out eyes, Mr. Furley from the Andy. What the hell was that? The name of that show? Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. Don Knotts, thank you. From the Andy Griffith show. Andy Griffith show. Okay, so that is it for today's episode of TV show theme songs. I'll be coming back at you soon with another one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, so all right, next up it is time for you Raggedy. And today's You Raggedy Bish is none other than Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's kind of getting tired having her on so frequently, but she is so frequently just so damn awful. She is horrendous. She is looking to have Maxine Waters expelled. So, first off, how is someone who she herself needs to be expelled calling for the expulsion of someone else? I don't remember Maxine Waters telling anybody to go and attack the U.S. Capitol. Or I don't recall her saying today is 1776. I don't recall her showing solidarity with the January 6th insurrectionists. I don't recall her wishing death upon Nancy Pelosi. No, none of those things. So, Marjorie Taylor Greene is a problem. She's a problem because she is like the baseline stupidest. She's even stupider than Louis Gohmert, and that is saying something because Louis Gohmert is like grade A level stupid. But she is nuclear stupid, and she recently just tried to start a new caucus called the America First Caucus, but because there was such great backlash from the fact that they basically espoused pro-Aryan uh, ideals, that was even too much for the Republican Party. So she backed out of it and said, "Oh, I hadn't read that." Oh, how are you starting something and you're not reading all the materials involved in your philosophy for that group? Hmm? Yeah, that they don't read, they don't care, and she's dangerous because she's got the attention of the Republican Party, believe it or not. As stupid as she is, they love that she's a firebrand. They love that she's doing things to stir the pot, to stir Democrats, to own the liberals. So since Spanky McDumbass is no longer in the spotlight, they need somebody else who's stupid and racist and inflammatory, and that's her. That's why she's dangerous, because people like her are not going to help the political discourse get any better in America. Before the impeachment, they were like, "Oh, we need unity, come together," and we all knew that was bullshit. But 4 months later, there is no unity, and shit like this, Marjorie Taylor Greene, is just going to make things worse in America. Yeah, there she is saying impeach Biden. Impeach Biden for what? He is already more popular than Trump ever was on his best day. Impeach Biden. Impeach Maxine Waters. Impeach yourself. You need to leave. The Trump Reaper says something clever here. Says she puts the riots in patriots. That is clever. Very clever. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the littlest president. The littlest president is available on BrooklynDadDefiant.com. And if you go to BrooklynDadDefiant.com, look at this beautiful signature. How beautiful it is. We love it so much, and it says we won. The littlest president is starring President Barack Obama, Hillary Rodham Clinton, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Joseph R. Biden, and the R stands for ready to kick that ass. Bladder Bear Poopin', holding the puppet springs on, Spanky McDumbass, and yes, I did say puppet springs. Complicit Barbie, Rudy Giuliani, Gummy McJuicebox, Kellyanne Conjob, Stephen the Snake Miller, and Mitch McTurtle McConnell. This is my speed reading. It's because my time management is so poor. And now it's time for our favorite page, because this is Spanky McDumbass. Spanky McDumbass is sad. He used to be rich. He used to be a businessman. He used to be a TV star. He used to have a Twitter account. He used to be the littlest president, but now Spanky McDumbass is in jail. How did he get here? Let's go back. You like that? Yeah, I like it. I like it too. Hui Juan. Hui Juan. Excuse me. Excuse me, please. Yeah, I like this page. During the debates, Mallory ran circles around Spanky. Yeah, it's weird how we really hardly ever see Hillary Clinton these days. Like, hardly ever. She just poof, vanished. I mean, she's still out there. You still see her tweets, but she's nowhere near the kind of presence she was years ago. She was smart. She was funny. She was truthful. Spanky was dumb. He was sniffling. He was lying. And when Mallory accused Spanky of being a puppet, he went ballistic, insisting he was no puppet, no puppet. But all he could do was simmer, sniffle, and sip on his water. And Mallory warned America that he was being used by Russia and that 17 U.S. intelligence agencies supported this. Mallory was right. Spanky was a puppet, but nobody listened. And there he is, having a little tantrum on the floor while Mallory holds up her little Spanky puppet. Oh, and there's his little bottle with the nipple on the top there. I don't know how this light has changed to purple. I swear I made it blue. I prefer it blue. There it is, blue. Okay, so there's my story. I'm sticking to it. And recently we just found out that that the whole Mueller report, that the whole hashtag Trump Russia thing was real. We knew it was real. We didn't just find out, but it's been, once again, confirmed. It's been confirmed. Oh, Pasta D says she changed the color. Okay, guys, what kind of questions do you have for the BDD? Susie B says she misses the sticky taco. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun indeed. Doom doom dan doom doom tat doom doom tat doom. Questions. Am I frozen here? People believe Trump's lies over Hillary's truth. Oh, we got Solid Blue Sister saying, BDD, I truly believe in terms of social justice, black and white people see hope differently. What are your thoughts? You know, I think there's more of a convergence in that hope metric right now. I think we have quite a few allies in the hope division. I think for black people, I think our hope is often tainted by so many years of disappointments. You know, when you know something should go one certain way, but it never does. And I think I'm going to say that's why the reaction to the OJ verdict was so strange. It was bizarre. I mean, it was a complete polarization. There was a complete split in, you know, on one half, black people were elated, not that a murderer was getting off, you know, because I don't know what you guys think, but me and all of my friends, like, basically knew he did it. We just knew he did it. But they weren't cheering that a murderer got off. They were cheering that finally someone who looks like us had the benefit of, you know, what white people have used for so long to circumvent the whole justice system and make it work for him. That's all that was about. But that's the exception, not the rule. All too often, people of color who are in court and the odds are stacked against them, they don't stand a chance in hell. And so, you know, and I've seen a fair number of people, white people on Twitter, who are also leery too. I think there's a lot of folks, you know, of all different backgrounds who stand in solidarity with us, who are hoping against hope that this verdict turns out right. Yeah, and by turns out right, meaning that it results in a conviction. Um, so, yeah, I don't know if that answers your question. That's about the best I can do with that. Cindy says, says, like the video, please. Cindy is like the likes monitor. Thank you, Cindy. So good. Thank you. Okay, last question. This is from Amanda Crawford. Is asking, how many more times does this have to be confirmed for the GQP to get it? How many more times does this, what has to be confirmed? Oh, the Russia thing. Yeah, they'll never. They know. They just don't want to admit that they know. They know. They're not stupid. They know. They can read reports. They can read intelligence reports. They pretend to be stupid, but you know the thing with the GQP, the GOP, GQP, is that they have lost all moral standing on just about everything. Everything. Even right now, you know, child sex trafficking. How do you lose moral authority on child sex trafficking? By staying silent when a, a slug like Matt Gaetz does what he does and you say nothing about it. You remain silent. That's how you lose moral authority on that subject. And of course, also because they supported Trump, who is also another horrible human being. So, that's all the time I have, folks. Thank you for yet another lovely edition of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad. And if you're going to go out tonight, please make sure you wear your masks, 2 of them. Wear your gloves. Keep your social distance 6 feet or better. And have a lovely, relaxing evening. I'll be here same time tomorrow, maybe a little bit earlier. A little earlier. Same place. I love you all. Peace. Boom. Special hello to Resistance Network TV. That looks like a new viewer. Thank you for joining us. Hey! Hey, hey! Good God! Hey! Oh, I forgot the dun 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 today. I think I've forgotten it a few days in a row. Synth fan, I hear you. I'm hoping for the same myself. Hey! Wigless Monday. That was an invisible elbow point, guys. Punxsutawney Mo, if you get back on Twitter, I guaranteed will follow you, my friend. Yes, indeed. And I think somebody told me I only need to talk 2 seconds to let the music finish. Anyway, guys, you need to leave.